And Duane is wearing our Full Circle t-shirt, which he got the night before we set out on our journey on this lake. We've just returned a day later than planned, but we're here, we're back, and we're really glad you joined us. Duane, what made you sign up for the trip?
Well, there were primarily two things. One was Mike Link, who I knew briefly some 30 years ago, and was so impressed with his work. And when I saw that he actually made a trip like this available, where I could listen to some of his work and be with a first-class naturalist, that was one thing. And I always had wanted to do that. The second thing was that I want to get to know Lake Superior better. It's one of these great, impressive treasures we have sitting up here. And this was an opportunity to actually get out on the lake, really the beginning for me of a new venture, I think, to spend more time on this lake. So those two things happened, occurred simultaneously, and I'm not an impulsive person, but by golly, I jumped at the chance and signed up right away as soon as I heard this was happening.
And we just happened to have 3 openings, I think, when you called, too. There were supposed to be some Puckasaw Park people coming, and they had just canceled, so that worked out really well. And now you've been on this lake in a Voyager canoe for 10 days. Is it giving you a different impression of the lake?
Well, you know, you always read about the mighty lake and certainly, you know, respect it, but it's another thing to actually be out on it and learn why you respect the lake. And that's one of the things, is we got windbound at least 4 times that I recall, or 5 times, and even held up on our schedule. Because the lake just wasn't, it wasn't safe out there.
Right.
So that's one thing, is just the breadth of the lake and the might and even the danger, if you will. But that seems to me also part of the thrill of doing something like this. I love to be out, I love to camp, I love to canoe, and we're doing all those things on a body of water that I've never been on. And, you know, you can do it safely and have a good time. And we did, without undue risk, just by, you know, using good common sense.
Right. Has it inspired you at all to do other things with it, or protect it more?
I'd like to. You know, I actually feel fairly strongly about this, and felt strongly about it before, that you know, one of the remarkable things about the lake is you can drink the water, and we were drinking the water. There was no ill health effects, and of course we wouldn't take chances if it were. But I just think that's such a remarkable thing in this day and age, that you can actually drink out of a lake. And it just seems no reason in the world why we shouldn't be able to maintain that. I mean, if there's one goal I have, it's that my grandchildren can drink out of this lake in the same way that I've been drinking out of it 50 years from now, that the lake is as healthy as it is now, or healthier actually. It should get healthier if we can make it so. So I feel real strongly about that. I feel anyone who doesn't have that attitude shouldn't come up here.
Yeah, well, we certainly agree with you on that. It is an amazing thing and I think we were all a little bit hesitant the first day or so, scooping water out of the lake to drink it, but once we got past that first hesitancy, then we were just all...
And we weren't crazy either. I mean, we got water that had been moving, that was out a ways from shore. We didn't, you know, there's always certain hazards, so no one should just go and dip a cup of the lake and start drinking it. But if you know what you're doing and know where you're at,
we weren't by any large or even fairly small communities. We were in wilderness the whole time, so that made a big difference.
But I think it would be great if everyone had that. Every stakeholder in this around this lake felt that was a goal, where they could go out maybe 50 or 60 feet from shore and dip a cup a few feet down and actually drink the water. And I just, you know, if anything, would love to see a mobilization of people, or just an ethic among all the people that live around this lake or use the lake, including the ships that come through. I just imagine what a great thing that would be, what a great statement if we could make that kind of statement for nature, because this is something that's important, and you know, this lake is unique. It's just incredible.
That's right. Well, thank you so much. Duane, for being part of our journey in this way. It's been great to get to know you. And
one more thing,
yeah?
I mentioned to Mike that one of my dreams was to be like Mike. I always wanted to be a naturalist like that. But after being with him for 10 days, I don't want to be like Mike anymore. You don't know.
You're in much better physical condition than he is.
I don't want to be like Mike anymore.
You're good.
I don't have to know the name of everything under the sun.
All right. Well, you have a great trip home too, and we hope to see
Thank you,
more
Kate.
of you, Duane.
Bye-bye.